Potential Setting Workshop. Let's see, we are online, we're live now on Instagram, on Periscope, on YouTube, and Twitch, and Facebook. Let me just see here who is logging in. I just want to check that everything is okay. Let me see. Let's get here into my channels just to confirm that everything is fine. Yes, great. Well, thank you so much for joining in today. I'm going to give you a few seconds here. And yes, we are live everywhere. Let's see here on Instagram. Thank you so much for joining. If you're joining in live on Instagram. Yes, and we're live here as well. Fantastic. Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, we are live everywhere. Thank you so much for joining. I am Neni Carolina Chacin here, and I am so excited because today is my favorite time of the year. Today is the 21st of December of 2020. Now, this year has certainly been a challenge for many and rewarding for many and very difficult and sometimes nothing for many. It's been different for everybody. It's been different for everybody in the world, but the interesting thing is that it's been the same event worldwide for everyone. It's been a global pandemic, there's been a change, and we are all united by this. And so this event today is a success planning and vision for intention setting for the next year. So I do this every year. This is my annual event. I always do this thing for free where I sit down with you and I give you all these questions. I walk you through these questions and then we set up an incredible statement intention for next year. And I've been doing this on my own as well. I'm already halfway through, so I'll walk you through the rest. But I'm going to share with you the questions that I would like you to answer. So when you answer these questions, you can reflect a little bit, take your time, but just try to answer the first thing that comes in your mind, because usually that first thing is what is really the truth. And anything that you think later is like maybe something you're trying to justify or think, or maybe you're thinking it too much, but think about what you want to respond right away. And usually that will give you a clue of the real answer. Okay? Let me see here. Let me make sure. I see that we have some people on Twitch, some people on Facebook and LinkedIn and Periscope and Instagram. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So anyway, let's get started because we only have 1 hour. It's very short and I want it to be very efficient. So as you know, I am Neni Carolina Chacin. I am a coach that automates and optimizes your life and business. And I know I have been a little bit silent with no lives and anything, but I've been really collecting myself, trying to reflect on many things, and also studying and working a lot with my coaches who have been teaching us a lot of new things for marketing, for sales, for life, for organizing, for optimizing my life, automating my life. And so whatever I learn, I share. I have this motto that says, I grow, you grow. So because of this, I wanted to share all these things that I've been learning, and I have an incredible program for next year that I'm going to share after. But in any case, let's dive in right away with the first question. So this is, like I said, the 2021 intention setting and success vision and plan workshop. So the first word that I'm going to ask you to do is describe your last 12 months. Describe your last 12 months in 3 words. So that's the first question. The first question is describe your last 12 months in 3 words. And so just try to write it down. think about what are the different things that, just 3 words, there's 3 general words, the different things that you think that would made a difference. So maybe it's money, maybe it's fear, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's pain, maybe it's health. Just describe your last 3 words. Up. And then the second question is, what are the top 3 things you discovered about yourself in the last 12 months? What are the top 3 things that you discover about yourself in the last 12 months? So this is very crucial, right? What are the top 3 things? These could be, oh, let me just put it here. Is that better? Or maybe not. Let me just put it up here. Yeah. You can write down the questions, but actually whoever sends me a comment or a message or likes this, I'm going to email them. Send me your email, put it in your chat, put it in the comments, and I will email you the PDF with these questions. So the second question is, what are the top 3 things that you discovered about yourself in the last 12 months? So this is, we're reflecting on this whole year. And what are things that you discovered about yourself? Did you discover that you're strong, you're resilient? Did you discover that you are good at a certain task? That you discover that you can recover from any illness? Like, write down what you discovered. Okay? Now, the next thing is, what oh, trying to, there you go. What is the single accomplishment from the last 12 months that you're most proud of? What is the single accomplishment from the last 12 months that you are most proud of? So, for example, I moved to California from Boston after a little bit of a change, and I am very proud that I was able to put everything in perspective, take a risk, and bet on my coaches who would tell me exactly what to do and how to do it. And I made a change, and I changed my life, and now it's all good. So what are the accomplishments that you were most proud of in the last 12 months? Now, number four is, which of your personal qualities were most valuable in the last 12 months? Which of your personal qualities were the most valuable in the last 12 months? Now, I'm going to give you some time to think. So maybe it's your patience. Maybe it's your resourcefulness. So these are some examples that you can think about. Which are the personal qualities that you were most valuable? So we're going through the last year, this last 12 months, right? Last 12 months. And I do this every year. Every year I go through these questions, and actually it was interesting. It was very interesting. Oh, now I'm jumping ahead. Yeah, it was very, very interesting, because as I'm going through my document to write down the new ones, I can compare with the last year and how I was feeling last year. It was very interesting for me. So now, question number 5 is, what new skills did you learn the last 12 months? What new skills did you learn the last 12 months? It's very interesting. So for example, for me, I learned how to do this OBS, and how to do the green screen on OBS, and how to do a streaming service through broadcasting software. I learned how to use a broadcasting software like OBS. I learned to do restream, that I'm streaming to multiple platforms. So I learned a very beautiful technical skill that is going to be very useful for going forward, right? So that is one of the skills that I learned. Now, number 6 is, Who or what are you most grateful for right now? Who or what? For example, are you grateful for your health, for your body? Are you grateful for your skills? And who, for example, maybe it's not what, but it's maybe who. Who helped you during these times? Who was there? I was very, very grateful for my coaches and the mentors that I follow online, because they had actually posted lives that I could be, since I couldn't go to their events, then I could listen to their classes. I can grow and continue networking with the people that were listening, and continue feeling connected and growing in business and marketing and branding and meditation and all the things that I wanted to continue growing. And now that we have the internet and we have online world, well, I was already remote since 2011, 100%, but many people didn't. So who or what are you most grateful for right now? Maybe you're grateful for Zoom, maybe you're grateful for the internet, right? So think about, what were you grateful for right now? Now, number seven is, what's the number one lesson you learned in the last 12 months? What is the number one lesson you learned in the last 12 months? Like, write it down, like make sure you have a journal, or you can think about it, or open your computer and write it down. Maybe in your phone, you write a note or something. Write down these lessons, and you can watch in the replay as well. But make sure you do this. You take notes, you put it on your, I see that you have 5 different, many people live on Facebook, and thank you so much for watching. And so, what is the lesson number 1 that you learned in the last 12 months? So write it down on your phone, in your notes, in a text, or in a little piece of paper, okay? Now, the next question, this is all about this past 12 months, right? Because we want to make an inventory. So this is going to help you. It's definitely going to help you to realize what it's going to make you see the whole year in a different perspective. Because when you think about the number 1 lesson, then you know that you learned something. So knowing that you learned something makes you feel good about yourself, makes you feel that you achieved something, and makes you feel better. Sometimes at the end of the year, like, I didn't do this, didn't do that, you feel bad about yourself. Like, don't do that. Just, if you answer these questions, then it's going to uplift you and put you in the right mode, so that we can create these amazing intentions, knowing that you're powerful and unique. Now, the next question is, what mental blocks did you overcome in the last 12 months? Now, mental blocks are definitely a challenge. There are definitely blocks in the middle of your path to success. So we're here on the road to success. And in this road, mental blocks play a huge key point. So what mental blocks did you learn this last 12 months? Let me see my mental blocks. Let me see what I wrote here. Number 88888. Yes, for example, I thought I needed to stay in contact all the time with my family, because they're my family. But in fact, that was a mental block that I didn't need to. I needed to just collect myself and think about what I needed to do to make the right decision. So, for example, and another mental block is like, I don't want to charge so more. I don't want to charge this much for my coaching because there's a pandemic and I don't want to do this. Sure, you change your pricing, you change your offers, but also you should not devalue yourself. So that's number 8, mental blocks. Now, number 9, this is going to take a little bit of time, a little bit more time, but number 9 is, which 5 people did you enjoy spending time with the last 12 months and why? And this is very, very crucial, right? Like, relationships and people, relationship capital, building relationship capital is exactly what you need to do in these times of trouble, these times of challenges, because people help people. We're people. We're human beings. We're alive. We need the contact. And when you realize in the last 12 months, actually, is the connection with the people that got you through certain things this year, for positive things, through difficult things, and through happy things too. So which of the top 5 people, so that you can identify these people and then thank them maybe, or maybe spend more time with them. Double down on how, because you spent an incredible joyous time with them, and that's important to identify. Sometimes we go by and we don't realize who made us enjoy our time, enjoy life more. Let me see here. Yes, thank you so much for watching, for those on Facebook. And I'm watching here. I'm watching. If you're sending me comments, I'll reply to them after. If you leave a message or leave your email, I will send you a PDF with all these questions so that you can go through them again on your own. But you can also watch on the replay. Now, number 10. And it was important that you answer the why, because why for every person is very different, right? So make sure that you answer the why for each of the people that were important for you last 12 months. Now, number 10 is, what was your favorite compliment for the last 12 months? What was your favorite compliment? As I was reading from last year, I saw a compliment from a musician friend that I hadn't known before, and I met that musician friend, new friend, last year when I went back to Boston from Paris. And actually, he gave me that compliment again not too long ago, live on Instagram in front of all his audience. And I was so touched by it. And it's the second time I hear it from him. And it really touched me. So this compliment was very, very beautiful. Like I said, just whenever you say my name, that's enough for somebody to trust you and somebody to give you and open the doors. So that was something that really touched me when my friend Juan Carlos Labos, he's about to release an amazing Venezuelan songbook in English. So the lyrics of Venezuelan typical songs, but in English. And he gave me this compliment that I had built a reputation back in Boston, that just saying that you were my friend and that you knew me will open doors for you and would immediately mean that you're a nice person, it was really special for me. So I thank you for that. That was one of the beautiful compliments from last year. And then also became this year, I heard it again and it was special. But definitely whenever my coaches say something about me that is very positive, that's my favorite thing. Now, question number 11 is, what worry turned out to be completely unnecessary? What worry turned out to be completely unnecessary? Sometimes, you see, when you have a challenge, a problem, or a worry, or a stress, or a tension, everything works out one way or another. So why even worry? So worry is really unnecessary. So this kind of eliminates a mental block that you need to worry, that you need to stress out, that you need to be anxious about the future, no matter what's going on in the world, right? No matter the situation that's going on in every aspect of the world, in health and politics, anything. So we don't need to worry. Everything will resolve itself. There's some things that you need to do, but that doesn't mean, not worrying doesn't mean not taking action. But not worry is the emotion of fear, of uncertainty, of anxiety. Don't harbor that. But what worry turned out to be completely unnecessary. When you look at that, when you reflect on that from the past, then you realize it was unnecessary. Now number 12 is, what were your dominating thoughts in the last 12 months? Good and bad. So what were you thinking the most? So you know that what you think, what you focus on expands. What energy that you give, things that you give more energy, that expands. So what were your dominating thoughts in the last 12 months? That reflection, the good and the bad ones. And that reflection may lead you to know and realize, oh my God, I had a terrible year. You know what? I just realized my thoughts were on fear, on anxiety, on pain, on suffering, on hate, or whatever it was. So then you realize, oh, there's a correlation. So when you focus on something, that expands. So notice what your dominating thoughts were, good and bad, and where they take you all the way up to this month. 12 months of this. Number 13. Question number 13. Oh, not this. Oh, I was about to make a mistake here. Is what advice would you give yourself early in the last 12 months if you could? So what advice would be better? Would you give yourself early in the last 12 months if you could? I was talking to a client earlier and I was mentioning this question and they said, well, I would tell myself to invest in Zoom, or I would tell myself to put more money on Bitcoin. It's interesting, right? So anyway, what advice would you like to give yourself early in the last 12 months? So it could be financial advice, it could be personal advice, or relationship advice, or business advice. So maybe, for example, do more lives. Maybe you didn't do enough lives on social media. Social media is a way to connect, is a way to grow your business, is a way to market and brand yourself freely and with no money at the beginning. And then after you have some money, you can invest on ads and everything on social media. So maybe you would give yourself an advice to invest more on ads, maybe. Or maybe you invest more on a coach. Maybe you invest more on help, for accountability, for getting you to where you need to be. So to grow your business, your market, to express yourself, to have better relationships. So maybe you need a coach. So the next question is, who had, wait a second, let me put it here. This is very important, right? Who had the biggest positive impact in your life in the last 12 months and why? So who was it? Who had the biggest positive impact in your life in the last 12 months? So for me, for sure, is my coach, JT, and my other life coach, Jay Shetty. Both of them, one of them every single Sunday since 2018 that I've been with. And JT, every single day this year, every single day. I have been on a live with him, listening to his coaching, and he's been delivering some content that made me grow incredibly and made me realize so many mistakes, so many things that I needed to learn, so many things that I needed to change and take action on my life. So that is who had the biggest impact in my life in the last 12 months and why. And then we have number 15. Number 15 is, we're still going on the last year. It's always important to reflect. Reflection, a life without reflection is not worth living. That's what they say, right? So we are reflecting on this year so that we can identify the things that we have grown and things that we have accomplished so that we can maybe set some better intentions and better goals and purpose for next year. So what are your 3 biggest lessons from the last 12 months? What are the 3 biggest lessons? Maybe the 3 biggest lessons that you needed to not eat ice cream. I definitely had that big mistake. I ate too much ice cream. Whenever I was feeling, okay, now it's done, I'm done, I feel this, I'm going to eat some ice cream, and that's not good. That's not good. I definitely gained weight for that. But Jillian Michaels in the interview, if you go and look in my YouTube channel, there's an interview for Jillian Michael, and she said, well, just dosify. Maybe reward yourself, but just a little thing at night after you've made all your goals. So she was great in giving me advice on that, because that's one of my biggest lessons, that I should not eat a lot of ice cream. And then now it's time to focus on what you create next year and how to manifest and what to manifest. Now is the time to go into this year and go through all the questions that I'm going to share right now. Are going to give you the formula, okay? I'm going to give you the formula how to create your most amazing intention for 2021. Are you ready? So be ready. So we have a few more questions. Now the next questions are going to be a set of 12 questions, and it's very important that you number them, okay? I'm giving you this advice because I am at the end we're going to create an intention script that's going to include the numbers of the question, and I'm going to tell you 1, 3, 6, 4, 5, 6, 12, whatever, okay? So it's important that you know the number of these questions and you write it down in your journal or in wherever you're using to write your notes, okay? So this is the first question. The first question, is, now this is for next year. I'm going to do it because I actually stopped here. Oh, hold on. There you go. Describe your ideal year. Describe your ideal next year in 3 words. So what is your ideal next year? Right? Your ideal next year in 3 words. What is your ideal next year in 3 words? And I'll give you some time to write it down because I'm doing it too. Okay. Now the next thing is what are your top 3 goals or intentions, personal and professional, for the next year and why? So you can write things, let me just, there. What are your top 3 goals or intentions, personal or professional, for the next year and why? Now be specific. The more specific you are, the better and the more clear your intention becomes for next year, right? So top 3 goals. Maybe your top 3 goals is to grow your business, to have better health, and to take care of your family. Maybe that's the top 3 goals. Or in my case, for example, one of the personal goals that I have is to create more relationships in the new circle where I am right now. I moved to a new city, so I need to create a new circle of relationships and friends. Now, number 3 is, this is very important, so I want you to write it down. Number 3, what traits and skills do you need to manifest to these intentions? So if you write your goals, I'm going to give you some time. So when you're writing the goals, you're saying your top 3 goals for your personal life. Maybe it's relationships, maybe it's health, maybe it's spiritual, maybe it's just mental, like how do you need to be? You need to be more patient, you need to be more resilient, you need to be more understanding. Write for the personal stuff, and then write it for your professional. Maybe you want to grow 5 clients every year, every month, 5 more clients, 10 more clients. Maybe you want to increase your prices in your business. You want to generate this much revenue. So be very specific. And then why? Why is it important for each one of those goals? And then you write down what kind of skills or traits do you need to have to achieve those goals. This is very, very important because sometimes we have some goals, but we don't know what we need to achieve the goals, right? So this is very, very important, and this is important because if you have a list of all the traits and all the skills that you need to do to achieve your goals, then you're going to go out and do that instead of just blindly, okay, I just need to work. No. Oh, I need this skill. I need to be more patient. I need to be an investor. I need to do this. I need to get a coach. I need to know how to be accountable. So I'm going to get a coach. So it basically gives you actionable tasks when you define the traits and the skills that you need to manifest these intentions. Now, number four, what do you need to let go of for these goals to manifest? So that's very important as well. So sometimes we have these goals, but then you're holding on to a different lifestyle. You're holding on to the expectation that maybe if you're an owner of the restaurant, that the restaurants are going to open in a different way. So what are you holding off to achieve the goals? Well, if you're holding on to false hope, for example, then that is not good to achieve your goals, right? If you're holding on to false hope, then that's not good. If you're holding on to prior relationships, if you're holding on to a prior lifestyle that is not possible right now, if you're holding on to a different socioeconomic situation, so don't hold on. See, what are you holding on? What are you need to let go of to achieve these goals and to manifest the goals. And remember, manifest is equal to make it happen, right? It's really about taking action. Now, number five is what needs to be in your daily routine to manifest this. That's very, very important, because yes, you need to let go of some things. Write down a not to-do list, right? Write down a to-do list. Write down a to-be list. All these things are things that you can let go, but what needs to be in your daily routine? Because if you don't have a routine daily, if you don't have, depending on what if you're a left brain, if you're a right brain, if you're left brain, you're probably very organized. You do it by the second, every millimeter, but then you need to be a little bit flexible so that the stress doesn't accumulate. But if you're a right brainer like me, then you need to schedule every hour, every half hour. I do have my things written down, my transformational, my transactional, and for every day I have 10 categories that I need to do. And I sat down this weekend and I hashed out these categories, and I said, okay, I'm gonna give myself 1 hour for each of the categories to get all my 260 something tasks that I have in my to-do list, to get it going forward a little bit, because I was focusing on one thing one day and then leaving some other things, and then everything falls behind. But now I'm just doing every hour, change, advance in all the different, I need to advance in all the categories in my life, so I'm pushing and doing all these things. So what needs to be in your daily routine? Maybe in the morning you meditate, maybe you do exercise, maybe you feed yourself this way. Everything needs to be covered in your life, from your body, mind, and soul. So are you taking time every day to support these parts of you, the body, the mind, and the soul? Now, number 6, we're almost there. We're halfway through the questions for the end. Let's see. And if you're leaving a comment, thank you very much. If you please like and share this video, because it's live everywhere. Please leave a comment if you want to leave a comment. I'll reply right away after I finish this. I look at it while I'm doing it. I have only 2 hands, so I can see that you guys are on, but I cannot reply. But I will reply to every comment. I see every comment, read every comment. Thank you so much for sharing. If you're watching this on the replay, please comment and share. But question number 6 is, how will you feel when these intentions are manifest? How will you feel? Because this is actually the goal. Sometimes we have a goal that we want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to achieve this goal. But once we get there, it's not about getting there, right? Not about buying this property, not about getting 10 million clients, and not about growing this income a month. But how will you feel when this goal manifests in your life? So will you feel happy? Will you feel accomplished? So this is very important, because the intentions and the goal setting for every year and for anything that you want to set in your life doesn't have any motivation and inspiration, doesn't have any drive if you don't put an emotion to it. So try to impregnate the emotion into the goal setting. Okay, so writing down how will you feel when these intentions and goals manifest is very key answer for setting your intention and your goals for next year and planning for next year. So, because if you know you're going to feel happy, then imagine. You're going to feel so happy, then that's going to drive you, like, oh, I'm going to feel so happy when I achieve this, or I'm going to feel a lot of love or joy or peace. So it's very important to write down the emotions that you're going to feel, okay? Now, next one. The next one is, how will you know you're in the right path? How will you know you're in the right path? How will you know you're in the right path? So these are keys, right? So these are keys that tell you, okay, it's happening, it's manifesting. So for example, I remember one year when I was doing this, I said, I want to have this amount, I want to grow my salary, I want to grow my income with my coaching. And then one of the things that I wrote down, how will I know that I'm in the right path? I said, well, when I go into the ATM, which right now I'm not going to the ATM now, but when I go to the ATM, I'm going to see the balance of this when I see multiple zeros in the balance, for example. So you can, these little things will just have to write it down. So for example, I am going to see, for example, you want, one of the goals is to learn how to ride a bike. I have a friend that also is in the 40s. When I learned how to ride a bike when I was 40, and she also is learning to ride a bike. So for example, maybe her goal is to ride a bike well. So when is she going to, so what is, how do they know that they're in the right path? Oh, when she signs up for her first triathlon, for example. So that's, for example, one, okay, I feel good because I learned and now I signed up, so that means I am ready. I learned how to ride a bike. That's one example. Now, number 8. Number 8 is, oh, what are you most excited about from the next year? So we're writing down things and we're expanding our mind and we're trying to define all these things. But when you get these questions, what are you most excited about next year? Maybe it's like you throw everything out the window, like we've been talking about, and all of a sudden a new idea comes out. It's like asking inside of yourself, why, what, but why, what more, and that expands our brain and then gives you a space for bigger dreams, bigger goals. So dream big, think big, and think of the impossible. I've been doing this the December 21st Spirit of Christmas list since I can remember, since I was a child. And every year I would do the list of all the impossible things I could have for next year. Well, every single year they all came true. Every single year, even the ones from last year. Despite all the things happening in the world, I did get all my intentions and my goals achieved. So, number 8. Now, number 9. We're almost there. Number 9. Ta-da! What are you most scared about? And what can you do to overcome these challenges in advance? What are you most scared about? And what can you do to overcome these challenges in advance? This is very, very important because sometimes our fears actually block us from doing what we need to do. So identifying our fears is very, very key to goal setting because we can address them before they happen and we can address them as they happen. So let's say you have fear that you won't be able to find a new job because of the current condition. Well, then address it. So how do we do? Maybe you reach out to other people. Maybe you sign up for more things online to search a different job. Or maybe you try to figure out how to get a new business online and you hire a coach to help you launch a new business online. So that is number 9. Now number 10. Number 10, we're almost there, is what is your motto or mantra for this year? So this is important because this is like something that you can go to and repeat to yourself every day. It's like an affirmation. For example, I remember one year I had this motto that everything is easy and attainable and all things come to me. That's one mantra that I had. Everything's easy and everything's attainable and all good things come to me. And I had this and I repeated it every day because I'm going to tell you the trick afterwards. After we finish all these questions, there's an instruction setting, an instruction after all this, but I'm going to tell you. Let's finish the last two questions so we can create that amazing intention. What is your motto or mantra for this year? Maybe you say, I am strong, I'm healthy, I am focused, and then that will keep you. Or maybe it's an affirmation. Maybe not. Maybe you're loved, and lovable, right? So that's another motto. Your motto is maybe you find a quote for one of your the people that you admire, and then you use it as your motto. Another thing. So next thing is how will you celebrate when you're manifesting these intentions? So How will you celebrate? What is your celebration going to look like? Oh, maybe you're going to take a trip somewhere. Maybe by then the things will be open, maybe not. But maybe you're going to buy something for yourself. Maybe you buy a ring, or you buy a watch. Maybe you buy something, or maybe you prepare a nice dinner. Maybe you're going to do something special for yourself or for your loved ones. So how will you celebrate by manifesting it? Maybe you're going to sleep until 8 a.m. one day, for example. Today is the first day I slept a little longer than 6, so that's why I said that. But now, number 12. Number 12 and last question for the intention is, what's even better than all this? What's even better than all this? So maybe, oh, maybe there's something even better than all the things that we've been talking about, all the personal goals, the professional goals. Maybe just throw that out, and then what would be even better? Maybe fill in the blank and write it down, okay? Yes. And now we are ready to write those intentions, okay? And I'm going to write it. I'm going to copy this. This is the formula. This is how we're going to write it down, okay? This is the formula to write this intent. Let me see if it's going to fit. Yeah, I hope it does fit. Yeah. So, the way it's going to work is you're going to write. I'm going to put it this way so that you can see it. Yes. You're going to write down, you're going to say, I am so happy and grateful in the next year that this year is, so I'm so happy and grateful that in the next year that is going to be about the things that you wrote down on number 1, okay? That is about, let me just, I'm going to let you, I'm going to let you, yes, yeah, that's better. There you go. I'm so happy and grateful that in the next year is about the words you wrote in number 1. Then I will feel, and then you're going to write what you wrote in number 6. I will feel X, Y, and Z, whatever you wrote in question number 6. When I do the goals you wrote on question number 2. And even better, answer from question number 12. And then you say, because, and then you say the why, right? Because, yes, yes, because, and you put the reason that you wrote, because, why reason. Number 2, okay? Having the mantra, what you wrote in number 10, and I will celebrate by what you wrote in number 11, and I achieve this by what you wrote in number 3 and number 5, the skills and the traits and the routine that you're going to implement to achieve these goals. And all this, or something better, is now manifesting in an easy and relaxed manner, in a healthy and positive way, for the goodness, for the highest good of all. Make it so. So you see, there you go. This is, I'm going to leave it here so that you can see it. You can see, move out of the way. There you go. So that you can write it down. Okay. So all this, you're going to write it down. So I'm so happy and grateful in next year. That is about 3 words. Answer number 1, what I will feel. the end result from number 6 when I do number 2, and even better number 12, because what you wrote in number 2, the why, and having a mantra number 10, and I will celebrate by number 11, achieving this by using the skills and the traits from number 3 and the routine in number 5, and all this or something better is now manifesting in an easy and relaxed manner, a healthy and positive way for the highest good of all. Make it so. So that's very, very, very good, right? So what do you think about all this intention setting? But I still have lots of things to share. So that's it. I hope you wrote it down. Let me see if you, yeah, I hope you wrote it down. And if not, you can pause and write it down. And now I have another section that I wanted to go over. We still have about a few more minutes to share with you, but I wanted to go over a little preparation and plan. Sometimes you have all these goals, but then sometimes we have some preparation and plan. So sometimes when we also reflect on other things that can supplement, right? So these are, I call it preparation and planning. And the first question I want you to answer is, what worked in the last 12 months? What do you think worked in the last 12 months? What worked in the last 12 months? Maybe, and this will give you a little hint of how you need to do things. Now, what didn't work in the last 12 months? Right? So ask yourself, what worked in the last 12 months and what didn't work in the last 12 months? Now, another thing that you can ask yourself is, what are the small and big accomplishments with numbers for the last 12 months? So these are just hints of preparation, okay? Then another thing that you can do is you can ask yourself, for example, which creative products or media products can I produce to reach my goals? So that's interesting, right? Because maybe you can produce some media products and media services if you're a coach, if you're a speaker, if you're a business owner online. Right now, everybody's online. So what kind of products and services you can offer online that can help you reach your goals? And when you think about your routine, think about all the types of routines. So not just a routine, but what is your morning routine different than your midday and afternoon routine, and different than your bedtime and nighttime routine? A nighttime routine may be something, but your bedtime routine may be another. So it's not just a routine for accomplishing things during the day, but also a routine for your night and your morning and different things, right? So another thing that you can do if you want to be even, these are things that you can actually work on right now during the holidays. You're going to have a lot of time for free, right? You're going to have some time free. You're going to have, wait a second, this is, you're going to have some time to reflect, some time to be on your own. So why not make a list of month by month in the calendar? I know that we cannot plan for the whole year because we don't know what's happening. There's a lot of things and changes, right? But what if we decide month by month what we would like to accomplish? Maybe for the next 3 months, January, February, and March. Well, I want to have this goal, and this goal. These are the things I'm going to launch for the next 3 months, maybe 6 months. Doing a stop list and doing a to-be list and not to-do list is very important. So this is something that is going to help you a lot. This is something that's going to help you a lot. And this is stop list. 1 or 3 things that you want to stop doing. 1 or 3 things that you want to stop thinking. one of three things you want to stop wanting or wishing, waiting for, spending, eating and drinking, and seeing. Isn't that very interesting, right? So we can make a stop list or not to do list, but we can also categorize each of these things in doing, thinking, wanting, wishing, waiting for, spending, and eating and drinking and seeing. So, for example, you're going to stop seeing your room disorganized. You're going to stop seeing Netflix that makes you distracted from your work. You're going to stop seeing things that are not conducive to your success. So that's another thing. And then now I'm going to give you some little hints on things that will help you define your purpose, because when sometimes we set some goals, but sometimes we set goals without a purpose. So, for example, my purpose, and this is something I decided from a long time ago. I've been reflecting all my life with this, and I decided when I launched my online business career for coaching that I want to be the person who helps people live their dreams. And I know that dreams don't come true, that visions do. And that's why I'm doing this particular workshop, so that you can have a vision and a planning. Because a dream without a vision, without a plan, without an action, it does not come true. So, but my purpose was to help, I say, because now I have a slight different purpose, and I'll tell you what it is. I had this purpose that I wanted to make people live their dreams. So I was known by the Live Your Dreams lady. Everything was live your dreams, live your dreams. And then I realized that dreams don't come true, visions do, planning and taking action. So I decided to change that purpose into turn your visions into reality. So I help people turn their visions into reality. So everything that I do, that I work for, that I serve, that I prepare is to help people turn their visions into reality. You create a vision, I help you to get that vision to reality. So that's what I do as a coach, as a singer, as a citizen. I help people turn their visions into reality, no matter what, whoever I encounter, whoever I talk to, all my life. I just share what I learned, and I want you to grow and turn your visions into reality, to live your dreams like I live mine. So that's my purpose. So how did I find this purpose? And there was a big, of course, I have lived half a century, so it's different because I have some years of experience of questioning myself. But even if you're in your 20s or in your 13 years old or you're 18, it's very important. And imagine if you knew all these things and asked these questions very early on in your life, then you would have a purpose from very early on. But it's very easy to find out these purpose in your life. So one of the things that I do tell people to find out their purpose is they can find what are the strengths, what are the strengths with people. So what are your strengths with people? So what is it? Communication? Is it service? Is it maybe you know how to cook, maybe you know how to talk to them, maybe you know how to be sympathetic, maybe you're a nurse and you know how to do technical stuff, you're a teacher. What are your strengths at work and business? So finding out your strengths, it's also very key to know what is your purpose. So what are your strengths in business, at work? I have a list, I have a document where I listed every single strength that I had when I was in corporate world. This is before launching my business career. And I listed what am I good at? This. I had a huge list of the things that I was good at: software engineering, talking to my peers, training them. And you want to know what are you good at and what do you want to get better at. So what you're good at makes you know exactly what you can take advantage of or what you can make yourself produce more of and maybe get some money from. But also, what do you want to get better at? Because right now, the things that you're not good at doesn't mean that you cannot get good at, right? So what do you want to get better at? Maybe you want to get better at sales. Maybe you want to get better at marketing. Maybe you want to have a coach that can teach you and help you get better at marketing, because every business owner needs to have knowledge and needs to know how to market, how to sales, because how do you grow your team if you don't know how to tell them what you need and what you want and how to do it the best? You have to know. So you need to get better at marketing. Before, I didn't know anything about business sales, marketing, or branding when I started in 2015. I just was doing it whatever I knew from before from my music business, but I started reading and reading and learning, and now I know very well about this. Then there's a key question, a very key question that you can ask yourself to help you with your purpose. What do you think that the world needs, and how can you help serve? So finding out the things and the pain points that you have around the world and the society around you and your neighborhood and your communities may help you realize that that's your purpose. Maybe your purpose is to create a better community. And then how do you create a better community if you don't have a business that is generating money to help that community? So maybe now you know that you have to create that business to help that community. Or maybe a community far away, or maybe something about the earth, maybe something about sustainability, maybe something about education, maybe something about music support, musician support, or something like that. I was always inclined to help and support and promote artists. I love working with artists. I love working on the business side of the artist, because a lot of artists know and love to do the creative part, but they don't know and avoid all the business and admin part and technical part of the artistic expression, and that is very, very difficult for them. So I help a lot of artists doing that, and so I like to promote them. I love for people to know all the other artists that are creating music, that are creating art, visual art, fashion, architecture, any kind of art, physical, culinary art, anything, and I like to promote them. So every time I can, I do. And whenever I used to work in software engineer, I used to actually not charge for my events, or charge for my events, and then what I would do is I would donate all the money for music schools that were teaching free to the kids in need in difficult neighborhoods. So what do you love and notice that you enjoy? What do you love and notice or you enjoy, and notice that you enjoy, also gives you a clue of your purpose. So if you love something, that may be something that you want to have purpose in life to do, and you can use your business, you can use your service and your work to do that you love. Maybe you love swimming, but so you work so that you can have free time to go swimming. It doesn't mean that you're going to make money swimming. It just means that you have a motivation of why you're going to work, because you know why you're doing it. So you may work in a corporate world. Maybe you don't like it, but you know that your why is that you want to get into swimming and swimming all that you can. So that you know that if you work, you're going to have money to have free time to go swimming. So then you have the motivation and the inspiration to move your butt to get to swimming, and move your butt to go to work, because you're going to have a swimming time. So then lastly, how do you get paid? How do you get paid is a key, because if you get paid right now, for example, in the past when I launched my software engineering, my coaching business in 2015, how do I get paid then? I got paid by doing software for the health industry, clinical trials, clinical case reporting, disease case reporting, algorithms. And so I was getting paid by doing software and technology things. So how can I use that to get paid to transition into my new business? Well, then I decided to do websites at the beginning. So at the beginning, I started just offering my job as a coach, but I offered website creation because I knew how to do that. So because of that, then I started gaining, and I still do that for some of my clients. So I have a team now that I can offload that task, but I actually do enjoy, and I know how to do it very fast. So I can charge, and also I can get paid for that too, for my business. So there you go, there you have it. So those are some of the amazing things that you can do. Let me see here. I have more questions. The stop list. Yes. So going through these things, going through this list of all the things that you like, and for the purpose finders, that's the purpose finder part of the document. So anybody that sends a message with a comment, writes a comment, or likes, or sends me and gives me the email, I will send them a copy of the PDF of all these questions of the purpose finder and all the helpers for setting up your goals and your intentions for 2021. So I hope this was incredibly helpful for you. I hope that you have an incredible 2021. And the trick of this, the last thing of this, is the following. You need to write those intentions. You need to write all these questions, and that intention setting that we wrote, with the formula, that intention setting, I'm going to put it up here again so we don't forget it. I'm going to put it up here on the screen. There. Yes. All this, right? There you go. Andreas is... When you write this, I want you to write it on a piece of paper and hang it in your closet, in your bedroom, or anywhere you see it every single day. The trick about this intention and the goal setting is not just to write it down and go through exercise. Actually, the trick is that I want you to put it up on the wall so you can see it every single day. So I did this. I've done this for many, many, many years. I think I started doing this format with all these questions in 2014 or 13. I think 2013. And I have these intentions and I put it in there, and it's always been manifested for me every single time. And it works. And I just read and actually I have a little app. I have it on my phone, and I have a little app, and every morning I say play, and it speaks the intention for me every single year. And I'm going to do it again for next year. So this is the secret of all of this. Today is a very special day. Today is the 21st of December. Is the winter solstice. Is actually the shortest day of the year. In fact, today, after 200 years, Saturn and Jupiter are going to be aligned again in the constellation of Aquarius. So it's a very symbolical, astronomical conjunction where they say that Aquarius, if you believe in astrology, they say that Aquarius is the sign of is an air sign, and it's the first time in 200 years that these two big planets are in alignment with that constellation in an air sign. So everything's airy and everything is going to be different, the era of Aquarius. But right now, this is a very, very special day. I do this today every single year on the 21st of December, on this winter solstice. I gather these questions, I write them, I answer them, I share this workshop with you, and I hope that you can set up all these goals and then manifest them and work on them all year long, no matter what happens in the world. Because if you answer these questions in a very honest and truthful way, then you will have set up the real intentions for next year. You will have had an honest and true from the heart, like from the gut, exactly what you need to work on, exactly what is going to manifest, and you're going to work on it much more than if you didn't have the intention set up in this way. Now I want to offer you, so as you know, this is my name, and this is my website, automateyoursuccesscoaching.com. If you want to go and find out more about me, you can go to automateyoursuccesscoaching.com, where I have many things to offer you. But for watching this, if you watch this, send me a message, send me a contact, and go to the www.chacin.com. Free consultation is right here in the link. So www.chacin.com/free consultation, and I will do a free consultation with you through coaching and to figure out what your challenges are, and then we can talk about these intentions that we worked. And it would be great to have that. And if you did watch this and the replay, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting and sharing. Thank you for sharing all this wisdom, and leave a message how you thought about what this intention workshop was for you. And if you send me a message, I will send you a PDF with all this so you can work on it on your own again, but you can still watch it in the replay. You can pause and write down. So I'm so honored that you watched with me and that you're watching in the replay. I'm so honored that you're taking care of your life by focusing on what's important for you and taking care of all the skills that you need to make all these goals and intentions manifest. So this is Neni Carolina Chacin here. I wish you the best. I know that I have been a little bit quiet, but I want you finally, the last thing I wanted to let you know is that on the 23rd of December, I have a special event. It's going to be a Christmas concert. I'll be singing Christmas music. I know that some people may be sick of it, but I haven't sang for you in a while, so I want to give you a treat, and I'm going to do augmented reality, just like in Instagram right now. But I'm going to have an augmented reality event. If you want to go to that event, all you have to do is go to my Facebook. So it's Neni Chacin Music, and you will see my events there. All you have to do is go to my Facebook, my music page, Neni Chacin Music, and you will see the event, and click on the link and click on all the different links to download the app TOOH, and you can be part of my new augmented reality Christmas event for 2020 and participate and be part of something new, something revolutionary, and feel how it feels to be in an augmented reality event. It's a Christmas event. I'll be here from California singing to you all. So that's one thing that I wanted to announce. And I'll see you the 23rd later on this week. I hope you watch the little big star is going to be in the sky. And I hope you have a fantastic week. Have a fantastic week this Monday and this Christmas time in the whole world. Thank you so much for watching, for liking, and for commenting. And I'm going to